And we are live. Hello, everybody on the chat. Hello, Maree. Hello, Jazzy. How are you doing today?
Fabulous, thank you. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Jasper says a big hello. How are you going, Elisa? Because are you getting excited? You'll be off on your big trip soon.
I'm super, super, mega duper excited. And before we continue, I do want to say happy birthday to one of my very besties over here on this side of town. And just saying happy birthday and her lucky September 7 over here. So
Mm.
happy birthday, Tracy. So over here, let's see. Getting ready for this trip. My goodness, the list is like super long, and just trying to get everything in place. And when you have an animal, you have to get ready for that
Mm.
too, and all the stuff you have to pack for them. And so just kind of getting ready. But let me tell you, Maree, that the energies have been crazy. I've been having a lot of anxiety all of a sudden all over again. And I'm seeing people display anger. Like, it's weird. It's almost like a movie. And I know it's the simulation, right? But it's just people just that don't know what we know, dealing with their anger in different ways. And a lot of my friends, I mean, I have like three close girlfriends, and all three of them texted me, and it was like, oh, I don't want to be here anymore, or I'm sick of this video game, or like, everybody's just like, what is the point of being here? Like, what's the point? Everybody.
Yep.
And I'm just like, okay, this is not a coincidence that my three girlfriends and myself are all saying the same thing. And today, another good friend of mine told me his wife was saying that too. So the energies are crazy. And guys, if you are
Mm.
feeling like this, just know you are not alone. It's happening to a lot of people, and it's not fun. It's not fun to deal with
No.
them, but you have to sit with the emotion. Sit with the emotion. I sat with the anxiety. I sat with whatever it was. I was like, I don't know what you are. I don't know if you're anger, sadness, whatever. I said, but I'm here. I see you. I thank you for being here. You're letting me know there's something happening, and I just release it. I love you. And and so you have to sit with the emotion, guys. That's the
Yep.
whole idea. That's why all these emotions are coming up, because they're sending high vibrational energy, right, for the awakening, but it's affecting us too. And the way it's affecting us, it's trying to bring out all those stuck traumatic emotions so that we can let them go and allow for that beautiful energy to come into our body.
Yeah.
So,
Beautifully said, Elisa, and so true. And I was just telling Elisa, I'm usually really hunky dory, happy, da da da. And then the other day, I was just finding myself getting real narky, like about situations, not to anyone, but like, oh, what's this? And as Elisa said, I came home and went, right, let's have a chat. So I went inside, and what came up for me was this old rage, and I went, wow. And it said, I haven't been able to express myself for ages, and so I just let it come up, and then I just said, let's have a holiday. And I brought God in, and we just did that, my beautiful little processing, like you're talking. And then I was fine. But you have to feel it, acknowledge it, own it. And we don't have to find an external problem that's causing it, because as Elisa's saying, we are absolutely releasing and allowing room for this beautiful new frequency to come through. So they're light body symptoms, even emotions, they can come through as light body symptoms. And then, yeah, but if you do that, honestly, you're so far ahead of the curveball if you can actually go in and acknowledge.
yes,
Yes.
yes, absolutely. So be aware of these energies if you're feeling more anxious than usual, if you're seeing people around you getting mad, if your partners are getting in fights with you because they're in the fighting state,
Yeah.
um, just be aware that that's there, you know, it's and ground. I've been going to the beach, and the energy literally leaves my body within 10 minutes of me being at the beach grounding.
Yeah.
So ground, ground, ground. Put your feet on the grass. Put your feet on the dirt. Put your feet in the, in the sand, wherever you are. Try as much as you can to be in nature and get this energy, because it helps so much, so much. I mean, yes, you can sit down and and talk to it and all of that, because it's good to know where it's coming from, but the grounding itself makes the body feel back to normal. It's just, yeah, it's a big difference.
Yeah. It's like a release. So I
Yes.
agree. I
Yeah.
agree. And if you're an empath, like a lot of people on here would probably be really sensitive to energy because, you're starseed, and so you have this empath quality. So you can be picking up on global consciousness as well. And so what I do
Yes.
is I always just clear my feeling vortex, which is around the belly button, just cut cords, close it down a little bit like a tap, and then just pop white light through it. And sometimes it's just like this release. You don't realize you're tapping into what's going on a bigger consciousness scale.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely. But we're
mm,
all connected by energy. So of course, it's
that's
something
right.
that, yeah, it's going to affect us in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, I agree. That's what
Yeah.
we're here for. We're human having this little experience.
Yeah. Absolutely. So hang
Jas-
in there,
Jasper,
guys.
Jasper wants to say something. He's going, he's going, yeah, it sucks to be you, lot. I'm not human. And he's going, okay. So, Jasper, be kind. He's giggling. He knows what's going on. So, can I tune in and just see what he's going to show us?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, okay. Oh, straight away, he's showing me like little tiny meteorites almost, but they're energy meteorites. So it's like little, what do you call it? Fireworks or something, but it's all light coming in. Oh, I can see it now. He's showing me what's going on. And it's not just coming into the Earth's grid line, it's coming in through us as well. So we're like a conduit for this. And so it's hitting our energy field, and it's activating, and any patterns or things that are going on are being actually brought up. And I know there's some planets that have gone retrograde as well, which is helping us to bring it up. So everything's been divinely timed, he's saying, through this frequency coming in, and he keeps showing me white fireworks coming through. So just, yeah. So he says empty out so you can fill up. Wow.
Yeah. So anyway, at least for me and my friends, I know it's been a little bit of a, why am I here? That kind of
Yeah.
thing. What's the point of all of this? It's getting
Yeah.
old,
I know.
Um,
Yeah.
so
And I think we forget that, we're doing so much more on different levels, different realms. We just don't even know what we're doing. All we see is our physicality and how we're feeling, and the chaos that might be going on around us out there. But we are so
mhm.
much more than that. And look, I have to tell you this dream I had the other night, and I I was like I was in this conference, and then I was in my bedroom, which to me is the subconscious. So really going deep in. I was in a library, and the next minute I was doing all this magic. So there was just all this amazing things going on. But I went, oh, this is normal. And it got to the last thing that was going on. I went, no, that's so normal. I'm not even going to do it. And then my guide appeared. It looked like Merlin or someone. And he went, oh, you got 5 out of 6. I went, oh, was that a test? And he says, yeah, but you're not allowed to know it's a test. Like, otherwise it's no point. And
Right.
and so then I said, oh, the 6th one, I know what it is. And so I did it, and I was levitating in my dream. And the energy from it was just beautiful. And yeah, so that was my dream. So we are working on another level that we can't see with these physical eyes a lot of the time.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I knew it was
definitely.
real because I could feel it, like it was like I was there feeling it. Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Mm,
That is awesome. And really that's most everybody in that listens to us or
yeah.
watches us.
So you're doing stuff, guys, behind the scenes that you don't even know about, and that's why we're here. We are a
Yes.
conduit, and we are, having this experience. So,
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So what was it? There was something else I wanted to mention. It's not coming to me right now.
it will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So have you heard of Burning Man?
Yes, I've heard of Burning Man.
Okay. Okay. Very good. So for those of you who are out there that don't know what Burning Man is, Burning Man is like a get together, almost like Woodstock, but like just a lot of people in the desert, and they create this kind of city, makeshift city, and it's all like music and um, just people dressed as, I would say, hippies, but hippies with like a a specific um, oh my god, the word's not coming to me. Not title, a specific idea or whatever. Like
Philosophy, yeah.
Yeah. So so supposedly there were videos everywhere that it had been raining and there was mud everywhere and they couldn't get out. Like there were 73 RVs, which are the caravans, and that they were all stuck and that they couldn't get out. So the first question I have, Maree, is that true?
Okay, let's see. Oh, what the cards have to say. And for anyone
Because we
that's
have
new,
to.
for anyone that's
Yeah.
new today, Jasper is my beautiful friend. He's my crystal skull. Okay, and he actually connects deep into the cosmos so I can get a clearer picture. He's just like a big magnifying glass with a sense of humor. So that's Jasper. All right, so let's tune in to this Burning Man scenario in the US where they were saying that it was all mud and flood, or raining and all the rest of it. So, and it's in the desert, isn't it? So
It's in the desert, yes. And that it was weird that it was raining in the desert.
yeah. So I did hear someone say it happened 20 years ago as well. So, okay, this one wants to come out. So how I work is I just run my hands over the tarot cards, and it's like one of them will be hot or tingly, and it's like it has to come out. So, okay, so there was some truth, but I wouldn't believe all of it because our Four of Cups has come out. So it's like we're being offered something, and you choose whether you take that with a grain of salt or not. Okay, so, but I feel it's balanced up and everything's fine. It's moved forward. It could have just been a massive storm, and it dried up. So let's just see what that one wants to come out. Then we got the sun, so it's all dried up. so whatever was going on, it was I don't know. It was
just a rain, right? It was
a
just
big
a
rain.
simple rain.
Yeah. Page of Wands, and look at the desert in the background. And it was like
That's fun. These
so
cards
funny.
are amazing. I love them.
I know. And so to me, the Page of Wands is, yes, something happened, but it wasn't as big as what everyone's saying. I mean,
Okay.
So
Okay. All right. So I had heard that that the idea was that this was done by the bad guys on purpose. So is it true that the rain, was it natural rain or was it man-made rain?
Okay, let's have. Oh, wow, that one. You're not going to believe this. You saw that card fly out, right?
Yeah.
Guess what card it is? Same
Something.
card. And to me, that's wood. So look, a lot of this was a natural flood, natural thing that went on, because it's come out again, and that was the message I was getting with the last thing. So I'm going to just shuffle again and see what happens. I mean, that card just flew, and that never happens with me. Ask any of my friends, a lot of my cards, they won't fly out. I have to divinate which one it is.
Yeah. Well, we've been doing this for what, a year or 2 years? I don't know anymore.
2.5 years. Actually,
Yeah.
something ridiculous. Yes, and it doesn't happen very often.
Never.
never.
Rarely ever.
So there you go. So that was saying, hey, it was nature. You know, there could have been some cute little chemtrails and things up there, but you know, okay,
Yeah, I wonder if they do chemtrails in the desert. Probably not.
yeah. Got the 8 of Cups, so it's almost like something was finished. Like it wasn't. It doesn't look like it was done to affect the whole thing. Wheel of Fortune again. It's telling me it's moved on. It was not. It didn't impact a lot. It was just looks like the ending of it because that's the 8 of Cups when you're walking away from something.
Yeah.
So look, you
Yeah.
know, if it was gonna, yeah, no, got the 7 of Wands. To me, this is something that's holding its own power, taking action to stay in its own integrity. I just don't feel no. So, and the Death
Okay.
card to me, transformation. So there was, you know, it's very rare maybe to have rain out there, but something was transformed. So it was like a transformation.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So
Very interesting.
I'm not getting that it was anything too nefarious or whatever. There
Yeah.
might have been
Okay.
a few chemtrails, but I don't feel that it was too nefarious with these cards that are
Okay.
coming up.
So there was, and I'll ask Dennis's and Kathleen's question in a minute.
Yeah.
So there was a video that came out where somebody was saying that they had texted that people were getting boils and like an Ebola outbreak was going on.
Wow.
So what I want to know was that disinformation put out, was it disinformation put out on purpose or
Ace
it
of
was?
Cups. Yes, you got it. It was disinformation.
Okay.
And to create the emotional reaction, you know, yeah, look at this 5 of Wands to create some chaos. So to create, yeah, it was all disinformation. I think at the moment that's what we have to be mindful of is there is a lot, King of Cups, emotional card with hidden agenda. There's a lot of these out there. So
Yeah.
that's why, as Elisa always says, just stay centered, stay grounded, let it all go. Just know that whatever we need to know will come to us, but you don't have to get hooked up into stuff like this. Yeah, they've got this has changed. The 5 of Pentacles, which is sort of being left out in the cold. People have been, you know, there is misinformation. So you don't want to
Yeah.
be left out in the cold. Just stay internal, stay balanced.
Well,
So yeah,
remember it's a movie, right? And as
yeah,
Octavia always says, that the ninth dimensional Pleiadian collectives say is when you watch a movie and there's a fire on the screen, do you throw water at it?
yeah. I love it. That's so clever.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
you
good. What a
don't.
great analogy.
Yeah, you
Exactly.
don't. You just
No,
watch it.
and you turn it off. You click.
Yeah.
If
So,
it's annoying you. I do
yeah.
that sometimes if I'm watching a movie. I have a real issue. It's really interesting. I have this problem when I know there's going to be lying. Someone's going to be lied to. There's going to be like this. What's the word for it when betrayal or all of that? I have to turn the movie off and go away for a while because I just triggers something in me. So I go, okay, I'll come back to that if I feel I want to. And then when I come back, I'm obviously in a higher vibration or whatever, and I can watch through it. And then it's usually a happy ending, as we know. But just that moment where you know there's going to be this betrayal, it's like, oh,
Yes. Yes.
yeah.
All right. So then this was one question that I really had was that,
Mm,
Burning Man is in Black Rock.
yeah,
And so was it originally satanic based?
yeah, really good question, actually. Yeah,
Because it was, what was the other thing? It was Black Rock. It's in Black Rock on a desert. And I can't remember, there's another thing that like connected it to
what were
there
the
being like a,
what were the origins of it? Do you know? Was it just an effigy or something that they burnt like years ago, and then it became into this big thing every year?
I don't know. Maybe
No, I,
that's what it is. I don't
I
know.
vaguely, because I heard about this years and years and years ago. Even in Australia, we heard about Burning Man, and I thought that there was a story behind it where there was actually an effigy of a human that was burnt or something. I don't know if anyone in the chat knows, if they can give us some background history with that. So yeah, but let's just see if it was actually originally maybe based on
Yeah.
that question. Okay.
Yeah, because it's in Black Rock, which is really interesting.
Isn't it? Isn't it interesting?
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting. I'm getting that just because it's called Black Rock, it doesn't mean it's bad, because that Four of Wands tells me that it's just the name of a place, because this is actually usually a positive card for me. So I don't feel that the name is an issue, like, sort of thing. Maybe it's got Black Rock under it or something. I don't know, but so Knight of Pentacles. I'm not getting that originally this was made from something satanic, because to me that's a
Okay.
positive message, is the Knight of Pentacles. So I mean, and this is the whole point of life, isn't it? If we have a good intention, to me that can outweigh anything negative. So if people go there with that intention, temperance, see, if people go there with the intention of peace, with the intention of just connecting with others, with bringing joy, which is what most people that would go there would probably be like, as Kathleen B has said. So the temperance card to me is patience. Yes, there's a change. We have something here called Woodford, and it's beautiful. It's similar. It's like a beautiful music festival, international one, but it's set in the hills, and it's gorgeous. And people do actually release a lot of stuff there. Like, it can put people through initiations. It's on sacred Aboriginal land, but they allow this to go there every year. And they have gorgeous rituals with like big floating lanterns, and it's just amazing. So I feel that when people go I love it. I go with the intention of, what am I going to let go of this year, and what am I going to help bring through? And so I really feel this intention is the big thing with anything.
Okay, good. Because I know they're just very spiritual people. Those are the hippies of our generation, right? And so, yeah, that's
Yes. So wherever we take our intention, that's where the energy will flow.
Yeah. Okay. So then what do we think then? He's saying, was the one death there a sacrifice?
Well, so I didn't
know that did somebody, let us first, if somebody did die.
Did somebody die?
Because that's just assumption that somebody did die.
Yeah. We've learnt to do basics, haven't we, Elisa?
Yes. So let's go back to basics. Did somebody die there?
Yeah. I mean, look, who knows? Someone could have had a heart attack. You just don't know. There's 80,000 people. Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's just have a look and see if that one wants to come up. Again, we've got our Four of Cups, so I'm not sure if and the sun's come out. So whatever it was, Dennis, I don't feel it was a sacrifice at all. If someone did die, which they could have done, it was not anything nefarious. It was just a natural, that was just where they were at, because that Four of Pentacles is a foundation. So that was just where they were at in their life. So
okay.
And I haven't, so I don't feel that that's actually a thing. No, sorry, that one's dropped out. Let's have a look. Nine of Pentacles. So this is a really positive card. Okay, it's abundance, it's whatever. I'm not actually getting that someone actually died that was anything toward. The Magician cards come up, so that could have also been a furphy, as I like to say in Australian language, which is a little bit of a, hey, is that true or not true? Not quite sure.
Right. Yeah.
So if someone did die, it's not telling me really clearly that they actually did, then it wasn't a sacrifice, is what I'm getting.
Okay. All right. Very good. Okay. So Trixie wants to know how soon, since we don't do personal questions, we'll say, how soon will all of us, get the destined vehicle to travel all over the world?
Well, maybe, Trixie, we won't even need that. Maybe we'll be using stargates, honey. Maybe we'll be like, going through
like if you saw Doctor Strange in the Marvel movies, where they open the portal and they just jump over.
Jump through. Exactly. So,
I'm hoping that's how it's going to be.
I reckon we should bypass the Jetsons vehicles and just go straight into
Yeah,
the portals. Woo!
yes,
Let's have a look and see if I can. Just going to ask if that will happen for us in our lifetime.
yeah,
Ooh. Oh, yeah. After everything's come down, look at that tower card. So once we've had this really big shift,
oh,
that's exciting. So let's have a look and see. Yeah, judgment card. So all of this has to happen first. As we know, we have to have a huge shift and a huge awakening and a huge change within our world. We have to walk away from the old stuff. That Eight of Cups has come up, walking
yep,
away. So there's a bit to
yeah,
go through yet, Trixie, and it's still all hidden. That Four of Swords tells me that all that technology, everything has been hidden. And okay, I'm already getting a message. So, I knew this. I knew this would happen. So I start to get a download before I pull a card. So it's the Knight of Pentacles. So when people are ready, then that positive, beautiful news will come through. I mean, they'll be. Oh, my gut feeling is that they will be ditching electric cards because we won't be using the electricity the way we have been. It's been,
yeah,
if you look at the Tartaria times, I mean, they would pull in from the ethers all the energy that they needed through those cathodes, what they call
yeah,
cathedrals now. So
yeah.
it's already there. So yeah, it's going to happen, Trixie Todd. It's just a matter we got to focus on what we're going through at the moment. But keep
Yes.
visualizing. But yeah, but I'm going a step further than that. I'm going to visualize just going through a little gateway and toom, I can be in Italy like for breakfast from Australia.
How
Ah.
awesome would it be if I can open a portal like Doctor Strange and then just go to Australia and visit you? Like,
Come have a cup of tea with me. Yeah,
I
hey, do you want to catch up for
know.
morning tea? When I lived in the UK, because I had 2 years over there, I used to love tormenting my friends. We didn't have iPhones or anything. It was all no email. It was all just handwritten letters or phone calls. So I used to, when we'd ring, which was about once every 6 weeks or something, I'd always say to them, I was in London, I'm popping over to Paris for the weekend because in Australia you just couldn't do that. So that was that used to be our tease line. I'm just popping off to Paris for the weekend.
It sounds so awesome, right? If
Yeah,
we could just, fly or go somewhere just like that. It
yeah,
would just be amazing.
I
It would
know.
just be amazing.
I really feel that will happen in our lifetime, believe it or not. I think things are going to change very quickly once people are reversed out of this cognitive dissonance that they've been stuck in. Then
Hmm.
then the good stuff can come in. But people, you have to be open to accepting and feel the self-worth has to be there. All of that on that consciousness level too, for the beautiful things to come
Yes.
in. Oh, look at this, Two of Cups. Yeah, once everything comes together and people are in that beautiful heart space and they're sort of more connected in, that's when things will happen.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good. I wonder what when that will be. Like,
Yeah.
how far away are we from people being in their heart space and getting there?
Yeah. Look, I think that's why I think the Tower card came up, and then the Judgment card, because people have to go through their processing first. They've got to come out of. They're going to go through every emotion once this has come through for them. And you know what timelines are like? It could change. It just depends on what's going on with that global consciousness and
Hmm.
the heart. So, I mean, I can check in with the kinesiology and in this timeline right now, right here. So I'm just going to ask. So let's have a look at the global consciousness of people's hearts and them coming from that beautiful heart space. Let me just see. Can we actually ask that question? Yeah, we can. Okay. So it's going to be at least another 3 years until people, like on a global consciousness level, they're sort of working from that, not from so much from ego and fear base, but from heart love and feeling secure and being able to be of service and share rather than me, because that's what the whole system has actually made people do, is to go, oh, I need my money. I've got to have money because otherwise I won't survive. It's been survival base chakra mode. But 3 years is not long when you think about it, to have a global consciousness that's at that
Yeah,
place
no,
where you've
that's
got authority.
way, way sooner than I expected the cards to say.
Yeah. But I mean, it's not going to be 100%, obviously, but it's going to be enough so that ripple effect keeps just going through. And people
Yeah.
that can't handle the frequency and vibration that's coming in, they're just going to leave and go and have an experience in another dimension or on another planet or wherever or on a different Earth timeline. It's
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. I saw several questions on here. Okay. Serena wanted us to look at the metals for the month of September.
Okay.
So let's just do gold and silver.
Yeah, just easier. Hi, Serena.
Yeah.
Okay. Serena's another Queensland girl.
Okay, good.
Yeah. All right, so let's
get your posse over here, Maree.
Yeah. Okay, let's just tune into metals. Oh, okay. I'm just going to ask, will there be any major change in the value of metals going upward for September? I'll make a really clear question.
So what would be major change for the cards? $10, $5?
Okay, let me see.
Per ounce?
At least 15 to 20, because that's quite big then to maintain. So to start with, let's just have a starting block. Okay. We've got our 4 of Wands. So this is, to me, this is a really beautiful card. It's something that's being built, something that's really positive. That's a community. I mean, because the people that know about this stuff, it is like a community, isn't it? You have a certain way of knowing. It's going to happen when it happens, it's going to happen quite quickly because we've got our 8 of Wands. So this is fast movement. So when it does happen, it will happen quite quickly. I feel it's got to maintain, though, over a certain amount. Well, we've got to get rid of the comics first. Nothing will happen until that comics is gone because they're holding, again, like I've talked about, they're holding the whole financial system up with AI. They just have to pull that pin. Everything will go down. So there could be a time where we don't have any idea what anything's worth. Yeah, but look at the victory cards. So these are really positive for September. So maybe it will start in September to go up and maybe maintain over that 2,000 US for gold, because that's what we need really, is that trigger point. So they're very positive cards, Serena. So let's just hope that something it does go up and maintain, because then it will continue, but can't do it with the comics in play.
Okay. So can we look to see if the comics will come down this month?
Let's have a look and see. Oh my gosh, you're not going to believe this. This card wanted to come off the top. Honestly, it was in my hand. I couldn't put it down. Look, with that, I'm gonna have to say yes. I mean, it's the cards talking. Okay, that wanted to come off the top. It wouldn't leave my hand.
Oh no! It totally didn't. It jump up.
It was jumped up almost and sat itself in my hand before I could even lay them out. And the tarot card doesn't come up very often, so something's going to happen.
Not on this show.
Not on this show. I mean, and I have a real intention that only the truth comes through. That we, but again, let's just see. I mean, the thing is too, like I've said, if the comics goes down, we may not have any way of an indication of what anything is truly worth. So because where are they going to put it? What platforms are it going to go on? How's it going to work?
Yeah.
Logistically, I don't know what they've got planned, so.
Right.
So look, if that happens in September, I'll be a happy little piglet. But I mean, that card does not come out a lot. I'm just going to ask some clarification.
It doesn't.
Okay, let me just. We've got our Queen of Pentacles. This is someone contemplating their world, their financial system. Just going to leave it at that. So.
All right. Very good news there. Okay. So the next question is, are many or most churches and cathedrals intentionally built over ley lines or to hide something from humanity?
Yeah, this is a great question, Teresa. And I got really interested in Tartaria, and Tartaria was apparently an ancient culture or way of being where they used all of the ether to bring in energy. They didn't need electricity like we have it, they did it differently. Cathedrals, that word comes from cathode. Now, cathode was the windows in these buildings that they actually specifically made in a pattern that would allow energy through them. What they did, they wanted to hide all of this from us because that was in it. We had a reset. So they actually put stained glass windows in them. That way, it can't work. It can't work if it's covered up. So they called them cathedrals because of these cathodes, which were energy activators or bringing in energy. Yes, I'm going to do the cards on this, but I think they were built on ley lines because whenever I've been in massive like, is it St. Maria's Church in Florence? It's amazing. And as soon as I hit like the center of that beautiful old worldy city, I can feel it. It's like I'm high on something. I'm going, oh my God. Some people just that I was with used to just go weird and they were going, I'm really dizzy. But I'd be going, this is amazing. And I could feel it when you hit the ley lines. And I was actually able to see down to the other, there have been other cities and things underneath it. And I could see, and they were all built on these ley lines because I could see where they were layered after layered built. And so, yes, they are built on very high frequency ley lines because, of course, if they're taking in all the energy from the ethers, then it helps to be on a ley line or a vortex or something that's actually open to doing that or receiving it. So I would say yes, but let's ask the cards as well, just from my personal experiences of where I've gone. And they're usually on a hill. They're often on a hill, not always, and they're usually where vortexes can be as well, which are energy portals.
Wow. I
Mm.
didn't realize that the glass, stained glass, was to cover something.
Was to stop them to be able to actively use the cathodes. Now you've all heard of the Arc de Triomphe,
Wow.
and
Yeah.
you've seen the shape of that. That was a
Yeah.
battery that used to hold energy. That was brought in from all of these buildings. Why do you think they have like copper roofs? Copper is one of the best. What do you call it? Transference of energy. They're all green. If you go through anywhere, Europe, whatever, they've got green roofs on these massive big buildings, palaces, whatever, because they
Yeah.
made them, and they have a spire so they can bring in the energy. As soon as you know this stuff, you can never see this world the same again. And
Yeah.
now when I travel, I'm like, that's what that was. And there are like the Arc de Triomphe. There are more of those around the world. They just don't get talked about, and they're batteries. And could go on for ages about this stuff. It's just so fascinating what they've
Wow.
tried to hide from us. So yeah,
Wow. Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
amazing. And because I'm
Yeah.
sensitive to energy and I can feel ley lines and energy lines, I know as soon as I've hit one. When I used to walk into that city in Florence, you'd walk along all these beautiful cobbled stones, bang, I'd go, oh, there it is. There's the beginning of the actual vortex. And it would be, probably, half a kilometre out of the centre. So it was massive.
Wow.
Yeah. So when you travel,
Wow.
guys, take a whole new set of eyes with you and tune in. Ask to be tuned in to the energy and frequency of wherever you are. You will start to feel the difference of the vortexes and watch and look where things are built. They were onto it. They knew exactly what they were doing.
Wow.
Okay, let's have a look.
So interesting.
It is just fascinates me. I love traveling, and this has just added a whole new dimension. It really helps me to understand what I was feeling now. So yep, King of Wands. We've got a King of Wands. To me, that's really positive. They knew what they were doing. This is taking action from the highest level. They knew
Yeah.
exactly what they were doing, Teresa. Yep. Yeah. So, Queen of Wands. You can't make this stuff up. They knew intuitively what to do. They took action from a master level because the Queen of Wands is integrity. She's very intuitive. They knew exactly what they were doing. And the Hermit. So to me, this is wisdom. This is going internally, finding our wisdom. Sometimes it can be linked into other wisdoms that maybe aren't so earthly as well. So they had connection to things that helped them, but they knew exactly what they were doing.
Okay. All right. Very good. All right. I don't know if Dennis is kidding with this question, but I'm going to ask it. will BRICS take over soon?
Oh, I think it's a great question.
Oh, BRICS.
The-
Okay, sorry, I
yes,
confused it with
something else.
the yeah, the old thing with the UK where they got out of Brexit. Brexit. I
Brexit,
thought he
because
was
you saw
talking
the X.
Brexit.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
why. No,
yes.
BRICS,
No,
BRIC.
he's
Yes,
talking BRICS,
he is.
BRICS.
Well,
Yes.
Dennis, personally, I think they've already started. I
Yep.
mean, I think it's going on in the background and it's just bring it into public awareness. So this is almost Nasara, what they're doing, because everything's going to be gold backed. People can still use their own currency, but it'll have a value. They're only going to be using each others that is in BRICS for oil, paying for oil. I mean, I think it's brilliant. And personally, on another level, I think most countries are actually already in it, but it hasn't come out because it's not the right time. So let's
Yeah.
just see.
Yeah.
Yeah, great question. Oh my goodness, Dennis, we got an ace on that one, baby. It's a yes. Ace of Wands. Yes, the action's already been taken. It's just a matter again of timing. They've got to look at the big picture. They're doing litmus testing with the population to see where everyone's at. We've got to have almost like we've got to have change. The Five of Wands is change, action creating change.
Yeah.
And that's got to happen first. So there's going to be some stuff go down. The Fool, the new beginnings, stepping into the unknown with complete faith and trust. Yes, Dennis, that's a big
Woohoo!
yes.
That's fantastic.
It is. Yep.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
All right. Excellent. Okay, so Maple Tree, I have a question, Maree. Are there more than one human collective in the multiverse?
I see what you mean. So, okay, so let me just define that. So we have a human collective here in our little world of experience, bubble of experience, but it's still connected to everything, really, other dimensions everywhere else, and collective in the multiverse.
So I think she's asking if there are humans somewhere else.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay.
I
Well,
think.
I always saw Hugh. Hugh means God, and man means, us. So we're based on God. We're actually made as an image of God. Is how I see that word human. Other people don't see it that way. They don't see it as a positive thing, whereas I do. So let's just see.
Mm-hmm.
Are there other humans? Now, I'm just getting something, Maple Tree. Remember, there are many different timelines, and it's like when we get deja vu, it's like we're crossing almost an aspect of ourselves because we're both having that experience and then moving on to whatever. So we'd have to include, if we include timelines in this or realms in this, then it's an absolute yes. I would have to think. Let's have a look and see. Yeah, King of Cups has come up. So it's hidden from us. So this is it's an emotional master, but something's been hidden. So it's not that we'd see it. We're meant to be having an experience on the one timeline. So I might think, oh, I'm Maree sitting here having this experience with Elisa and all of you beautiful people in this moment, but there could be another Maree sitting having a similar experience, but then gets up and does something completely different afterwards. So Nine of Wands. To me, this is when we have an experience. It's hard enough doing one. Yeah, but so yeah, like I think this has been a pretty tough experience. Yeah. So
Yeah, big time.
temperance. So change, patience. Yeah, I feel that these are sort of like yeses, but we stay focused on where we're at. So there are other humans, but it's more timelines with that temperance card.
Mm-hmm.
It's hidden from us. Again, we're getting a hidden card. So an Eight of Swords means no, we don't get to see outside of our little box.
Yeah, I think that would really confuse us
Oh man,
when we don't
unless
even know we're God. We don't even know we're God,
no,
right?
that's right.
So imagine knowing that there's another Maree in some other planet in another
Yeah,
galaxy or multiverse.
yeah. Well, I have actually had that experience because I was actually meditating once, and I went right up into my oversoul, and I was just sitting there going, "Just show me." The next minute, I was seeing like one of them was a little octopus, one was a sage type being, and I went, "Oh my God, that's me! I can feel my energy." And so I actually got a little glimpse of different experiences I was having. One of them looked more human than others, but they definitely had a different frequency and vibration to them. So yes,
Interesting.
I know, it's so fascinating. So
It
I'm
is
everywhere.
fascinating. Yes. All right. Very cool. That's a great question, Maple Tree. Thank you so much. Angel Lori question: does the American Red Cross sell donated blood to ET races or evil beings or
Oh,
corporations? That's a great question,
it is.
Lori.
And I'm going to use it in the past tense. I'm going to say, have they ever? Because they may not be doing it at the moment if they've done it in the past. Okay. It might have been stopped. So let's just see if they have ever done that. Yeah. Yeah. Got our Five of Cups, which is grief, emotional grief. Got our Ten of Swords. Yep, it was energy. It was an energy exchange, but it's finished. They did. This is why I asked it in the past tense. I got the hit. Yep, Five of Swords. So this is when you're fighting within your own mind. There was stuff going on that was not good. It was
Oh,
not
yeah.
good. No,
Yeah, not good at all.
not good. No.
Yeah.
But Six of Swords, I love this card. We're moving, we're still moving, but we have moved into a better place. Okay, so that's why I've got the hit to ask the question in the past tense.
Okay.
Yeah.
So can we trust the American Red Cross now if we donate to them, or the
Okay.
Salvation Army? Or I guess we have to go one by one, but
Yeah, it's so
we're
interesting because
talking.
when I was 24, because I was living in the UK for 2 years, and that's when they had mad cow disease, and so I was never, and I'm an O negative, so I'm a universal donor.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And so, but when I came back, I went to donate and they said, no, you can't because you were in the UK in that 2-year period. So I have not been able to donate. And I'm really grateful for that now. Um,
Yes.
yeah. So interesting. I mean,
They
I'm
sell
really
your
happy to
blood.
help people. So, yeah, I think
They
Australia,
do.
I don't know. Yeah. Well, who knows? Australia, you don't get paid for it. It's a donation and then it gets used in
Right.
the
But then they
hospitals.
sell it.
Yeah, as
They
well.
sell it. They
So
say they give it to the hospitals, but they actually
there'd be a
sell
lot
it
they
to them.
don't. So what were we asking?
If
Oh,
we
can we
can
trust
trust
them
the
now?
American Red Cross now,
Can we
if
trust
we
the
can
American Red
donate to them.
now? This is interesting because it's almost like you have to make
Oh,
that decision for yourself. The Two of Swords is about a question. Do you want to? Do you want to actually, you know, put your blood up there? So I think this is becoming, it's personal.
no,
Yeah,
I'm not talking blood. I'm talking money.
money, money,
The
money. Yeah,
American Red Cross is more like a money, like you
yeah.
give them money and then they
Yeah,
support
no. Then
people.
I'm getting no for that because the Knight of Wands it's not a positive action that's been or message that's been taken. No, no, Five of Wands. There's still
Yeah.
some
Okay.
there's still something
Yeah.
going on with them.
Okay. Yeah. So
Mm,
they're still not good. Okay.
no.
All right. This
They're
is
the
a great
sorts of
question, Angel Lori. Oh, go ahead, Maree.
I was just gonna say, I feel they're the sorts of things that will get completely cleaned up once the big crux of our foundation is
Reveal.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is a great question, Angel Lori. I saw this too, and I wanted. I didn't even think about asking about it, and I should. That's a great question. So supposedly clones have an identification number right on the thumb, right in the middle, like
Wow.
teeny, 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 tiny.
Wow, how interesting. Let's see. I've
And
not heard that.
clones don't know they're clones, so
I know, I know. Yeah, the whole thing is just so weird, right? Let's just see if that's actually coming up as a yes or a no. Yeah, wow. Looks like it because we've got our lovers card and then we got our hermit card. So each individual one um, is definitely somehow identified because that means, yeah, it's working in a conjunction with that judgment. Yeah. So
yeah.
look at them. They look like clones, don't they? I'm bringing them up. Yeah, Angel Laurie, that's a big possibility. So I wonder if they're going to keep using clones like in the future. You know what I mean? I wonder if that's actually something that will happen. Like once all of this gets taken down and they clean up all of these corporations and I wonder if they will actually, if that is something that will be stopped. Should we ask that?
Yeah. Um, I think they've tried to get rid of all the cloning factories.
Yeah.
Have they? We can ask if if the military took care of that.
Okay.
And while you do that, I'll bring this up, Teresa. This is hilarious. I have another Teresa married to Kevin Costner in a different dimension. She's quite happy.
Oh, that's so funny. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. That's brilliant. So it's not quite been completely done yet, because that Page of Cups, a little bit, there's still a little bit going on. The contracts, there's some contracts that are being finished out, but we don't have to worry about it. That Nine of Swords tells me that no need worrying about it. It's
Okay.
it's going to be taken care of. There's
All
still a
right.
little bit going on.
So Kenny, who's going to take care of my kitty cat,
Oh, really? Hi,
wants to
Kenny.
know what's a human collective, and I'll let you answer that.
Oh, Elisa, do you want to have a go at this? Because you've with all your beautiful sessions you've done, you've sort of probably had people tapped into that as well. Is it something that you want to sort of talk about,
Well,
or?
it's a very simple answer, at least for me.
Mhm.
And remember, this is my opinion, and this is from what I've studied for the last, I don't know, 8, 10 years. I don't even know how long I've been awake now. So the human collective is, we all are energy, and all of our energies touch each other. So we are all kind of, all of that. The human collective is the multiplied energy of all of our energies together. So if, like right now, the human collective, we could say that, I don't know, we would need a number, but I'm going to make this up. I'm going to say 50% of people know what's going on in the world, while 50% of people don't have a clue what BRICS is, don't know that the banks are going down, don't know, like, right? So like, that would be the human collective. It's like all of us, our energies intermingled together, and that's the human collective.
Beautifully said. I love it. And the only other thing I was sort of thinking was, our thoughts can change the human collective energy. So if you're a light worker, and if you hold a high vibration and frequency, you can there might be 1,000 people that are really low vibration. You can actually lift up the whole of our human collective or human consciousness with your light. So sometimes it might only take one light worker to help to cover for 1,000 people that are in a lower vibration. So we all work at a different level and at a different frequency within that human consciousness, Kenneth. So, yeah, but good question. Well answered, Elisa. I like it.
I don't know. I guess I do know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. So once the good guys take over, what will happen to the clones? That's a great question.
It is a great question.
I'm not
Yeah.
sure if the cards can answer in detail, but I think they could answer like good things or bad things. I don't know.
Well, I guess clones don't last that long, do they? A couple of years, I've heard. Is
That's
that?
true. They only last 2 to 3 years.
Yeah.
So
I mean, let's
they'll
just
be
see
gone.
if they will just naturally let them peter out, or let their energy in essence just go. Um, so I know. I mean, all this stuff. I mean, God, I remember. Do you remember back in the 70s or 80s where they made Dolly the sheep? That was the first clone, and then you didn't hear a thing ever again. That was it.
Okay, so when was that? What year was that?
70s, I think. 70s. I remember hearing about it when I was very, very young. So 70s and
70s.
80s,
Because
870.
somebody
Yeah.
said something about how Dolly Parton, that was the first clone, was really Dolly Parton, but they
Well,
said it
that
was
makes
Dolly the
sense.
sheep.
That
Yep.
makes so much sense, but they would have done it for us. Like, oh, I've just got another thing on that, Elisa. They call us the sheep. So they gave us a sheep that they'd actually cloned. Yep. So we got a Nine of Pentacles, very unique. Took a lot of money to get it. Like, yeah. And so that I just got that. That was their way of putting it in our face.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness me. Okay. So let's just have a look and see what will happen to the clones if we can get some. Ace of Pentacles. So I feel they're going to just, obviously allow them to, they might keep them somewhere quiet, but I feel they're just going to let them, live out
Let
because they've
them
got the
fizzle
Five of
out.
Cups, so that, they will peter out probably pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So, because, and they'll keep them hidden. There's that hidden Eight of Swords. They'll keep them,
Mm.
not out in the consciousness. Because, it's going to be so
Yeah.
interesting to see what happens in Hollywood with all of the actors and actresses, whether that will publicly come out, and then they'll be able to, like, do that with them, is to keep them more contained so they're not out in the public.
So let's ask that then. Was Dolly the sheep really Dolly Parton's first clone? Like the first clone was really Dolly Parton's clone?
Let's have a look and see. Wow.
Unless Dolly Parton started showing up already as an adult at that time, then she could be a clone herself. I don't know.
That's what I mean. They did it with adults. So,
yeah.
Yeah, and it looked like they had some help. So the star cards come up. So this can be also split. It means you can bring in different aspects of yourself. And then we've got the King of Swords. So this is truth. This is a true story is what I'm getting. That what we're actually stumbling across, it's actually a true story. It's been hidden. Four of Swords, it's been very hidden. So I love this group because this is what happens. I wouldn't have gone there on my own. And I definitely know it was a truth that came to me that's why they told us it was Dolly the sheep. Dolly, you're right, the Dolly Parton, but the sheep because they're insulting us.
Yes.
Yeah, but again, Six of Swords, we're moving into better waters. But that was, I actually feel that's very much a yes. Wow.
Have they, can we ask, I don't know why this came up in my head, but is McDonald's now like, have they taken over the food at McDonald's and changed that?
So it's not, so there's not all the gnarly stuff we've heard about going into it.
Yeah.
Let's see. I mean, I've heard that they use like palm oil and the oils that aren't good anyway to cook, everything with.
Yeah.
So you got to be mindful of that. They probably haven't changed that because that's still in food.
Already, like the patty itself is not even meat. Like if you give a McDonald's patty to a dog or a bear or whatever, they won't eat it.
Wow.
They won't
I
eat it.
haven't had McDonald's for probably 40 years.
Oof. Yeah,
we
me too.
We didn't grow up
Me
with
too.
any fast food. We were in a tiny little country town. I think the most exciting thing we had was a little fish and chip shop. And then we got an Italian restaurant and I think a Chinese restaurant, and that was it. Like we had no takeaway fast foods. Like ever. So it's not something that we got brought up with as a treat or anything. So I'm just going to see if it's actually they've cleaned up the act. Some of them, because we've got the Two of Pentacles. So some of them have been 50-50.
Interesting.
But it's the Ace of Swords. So it's something that's definitely being worked on. But there's still some.
So it's still, there's still, you can't trust it.
Because, they're around the whole world. So, there's still some.
So grab, if you're still eating McDonald's, which I don't think anybody here would, but if you still do, take that and give it to see if an animal will eat it. And then if you can trust that or not.
But even
they know
that they cook is done in an oil that's not good for us, canola oil.
Well, there's three. It's fried 3 times.
Okay.
It's fried 3 times. Those French fries are loaded. Loaded.
Oh, can I tell you a great story about McDonald's in Australia? Thank you. You've just reminded me. So what they did was when you got a Happy Meal for a kid, they used to have a little toy in there. So one of my friend's sons took his boy in to get a Happy Meal, but they instead now what they had was a little booklet. So they were looking through the booklet and it was all about LBQT plusy, whatever it is. And it was actually again priming them for, adult people that like children. And it was amazing because apparently they love McDonald's. I'll go there all the time. Even, the dad, they went, that's it. That's disgusting. We're black banning all their friends of that age group in their 30s with their children, black banning McDonald's. We're not going there. We're not supporting them. Go woke, go broke. So that's happened in Australia just recently. So they had these
Wow.
little booklets that were priming children.
Wow.
So
Wow.
they're working their magic. I think what's happening is the White Hats are doing an incredibly good job with bringing awareness organically to people about these companies. So they'd be made to do that. They would know that is not going to end well for them financially.
Yeah, no, definitely. Definitely. And I think Maple Tree was saying, what's wrong with people with LGBTQ stuff? There's nothing wrong with them. I think, Maree, what you meant was more like the drag queen stuff.
No, what they've done, Maple Tree, is they've taken that, which was, to me, I think it's great if people, could just experience whatever they want to experience. But what's happened is the deep state took that and used it for their own agenda. So they took that LGBTQT for their own agenda to push this children thing. So it's like seeding and getting them ready to be used in a way that's not fantastic. So that's what and even these beautiful gay men are coming out going, we don't want this. This is ridiculous. We don't need our stuff to be used in this way. They're onto it. They know what's going on. So they're not the ones that want this. It was the deep state. So Maple Tree, there's nothing wrong with it at all. But people don't realise how it's been abused now, and it's being used.
Yeah, it's being used. It's being used in bad ways. Unfortunately for the LGBTQ people, it's being used wrong. Yeah,
like everything. Really they've done it with so many things, haven't they? In our world, they've taken it and inverted things. Yeah. All the good stuff they've inverted.
Yes. Yeah. And there was human meat in McDonald's. They actually were putting human meat in McDonald's. I think Tarot by Janine did that several times, and it came out, yes, absolutely, yes.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. They've proven it. So, yeah. There was a few others that were as well. I think Taco Bell, there was a few others like that did it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Burger King. Yeah, but they stopped. They were told to cease and desist, and they did. They actually stopped.
Yeah. So,
but all right, guys. Well, that's it for today.
Whoa,
and for the
crazy
month, right?
Oh, that's crazy. So, Elisa, can I just say, please have the most amazing trip over in Egypt. And guys, Elisa's actually leaving on her birthday, which is Tuesday. So, happy birthday.
Thank you.
And I can't wait to hear of all the amazing experiences and miracles and aha moments that you have over there.
I know. I can't wait. And yes, by the way, everything we talked about today was for entertainment purposes only. Thank you, Lady Hawk.
Yes, absolutely.
We love you guys. And don't forget to watch Maree's dream show on Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern. If you have any dreams you want to and yes, and thank you everybody for the birthday wishes. I really appreciate it. And I'm hoping I'll be able to post videos. We'll see. I don't know what kind of Wi-Fi I'll end up getting. So we'll have to see.
So it's going to be is it a whole month, Elisa, that you're away?
Yeah, September 12th to October 10th. Wow. And
so if anything too exciting happens in that time, guys, I can do a little chat with you all maybe on Magic Maree. So jump over and join Magic Maree YouTube channel, because if something comes up, and I can pop it into Elisa's Telegram group anyway, if there's something going on and you guys, we need to connect or whatever. So
yeah. All right. So love you guys, and I should be back. Let's see, October 11th. I think that's a Wednesday, so I might be able to do the show on October 12th. So
see how you're feeling.
Yes, definitely, right?
Yes. Yep. So, all right. Well, you have a great trip, and
all right, we'll do.
We'll see you then. Okay.
Okay. Bye everybody.
Everyone.